Hey, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful and faithful elect scattered abroad. All right, honors to you brothers out there prophesying in sincerity and diligence as well. I just want to do a quick take on what's going on with the Hebrew Israelite so-called marrying a 14-year-old. Now, some of the videos, brothers have done videos on it, so I'm going to be brief. Right here in the history, you got, we have to go bear what Yahweh Shai went through from GMS Sharmapah. You have GMS Houston slander from GMS Sharmapah. You have defending GMS Houston marrying 14-year-old, right? Go up, what else you got? We have to bear what Yahweh Shai went through. Let's finish out the title. What it say? In our flesh. All right, because basically, you got a particular individual, in the efforts of trying to slander Great Millstone, said that a GMS Houston member had married a 14-year-old girl. First of all, the guy was not part of GMS Houston, and there's videos on that proving that as well. So that was a blatant lie, right? And it's also to slander GMS with the whole, the so-called not so-called, but the rape doctrine, just to further malign, MAL. Any word with MAL as a prefix means something like evil or bad. So the word malign, trying to malign, GMS. But I'm just gonna get a few scriptures dealing with that. I'm gonna start off with the Psalm. So without further ado, let's see. Psalm. No, Salakia. This is Psalm 50 and 16. It says, "But unto the wicked the Most High said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" So if you're a wicked individual, you ain't got no business declaring the words of the Lord. You shouldn't be speaking, "Thus said the Lord." It's saying, "Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit." The scriptures speak about the tongue as a little member, but it's a world of iniquity, man. If you don't restrain yourself, man. So you done gave your mouth to evil and deceit because you spoke evil against a fellow Israelite, which would be the GMS Houston brothers, claiming that false accusation, right? And it was deceitful. Let's get deceit, treachery, fraud, false, feigned, guile, subtly. All right. This the point, verse 20. "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son." Because we all Israelites, man. I mean, in the faith, in the knowledge that we are Israelites. Everybody don't got the breath. When I mean that, I mean everybody don't got the full understanding. But one thing we all share in common is that we understand we Israel. But you slanderous, fault, blemish, a stumbling block, meaning to push over your own mother's son, because we all from the stock of Israel, man. And then furthermore, not only just being so-called Negro, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you ain't supposed to slander them either. But then within that, we so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that understand we're Israelites, man. All right. So with that, let's get Micah 2. This is Micah, the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 8. Oh, Salakia, Malachi. I'll start at 7. It say, for the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts. Verse 8, but ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. You know, you got people, you cause people to stumble at the law with your own interpretation of it. You know, you're not breaking the scriptures down precept by precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, man. You doing it, these people speaking out their own belly. It says, ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts. And what's the covenant of Levi? Levi, lawyer, meaning joined unto me. They was the, you know, to officiate the services of the Most High, the teachings, the law. And you went blatantly against that. The law tells you not to wrest judgment, man. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. This is Deuteronomy 16 and 19. It says, thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. For a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. So if you sell out, man, you're not going for you sellouts, it's gonna pervert your judgment, man. You're not gonna speak, thus said the Lord. You're not gonna prophesy against the so-called white man, which is Edom. You're not gonna let the people know that the mark of the beast is the chip, man. You're not gonna speak about Jacob's trouble and how wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of their times, man. Your judgment is perverted, all right? It's another one. I mean, that's basic. I mean, you know, that's basically the point, because that's what you have going on. You understand? Like with the slander and basically going into Psalm 50 and 20 with the slander. You know, the false accusations to demean and malign and associate great millstone with things contrary to Esau's law. And we you know, we understand the rape doctrine. We were speaking for truth's sake that these were customs and these was what was to happen in ancient times, how to proceed about it, how to carry out, you know, if this was a particular issue, if this was to occur, what would you do next? What was the next step? And none of the elders, the apostles, or the men and the teachers, and you know, the prophets of great millstone, push that and teach that. But you know, out of your malice and your evil, that's why the scripture says wisdom will not enter a malicious soul. That's why you guys out there who doing this, y'all can't prophesy, man. That's why you can't prophesy. That's why you can't teach, because the wisdom ain't gonna enter your malicious soul, man. Malicious meaning with evil, with bad intent. Because you guys got bad intent, man. The scripture says in 2 Ezra 15, it says, speak to my people the words of prophecy, man. When some of you gonna do that, man? When some of you gonna sit down and speak to the Lord's people, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's people, the Israelites, the words of prophecy? The answer is never, man. Because the scripture says wisdom will not enter a malicious soul. And it will flee deceit. It will flee deceit, man. Hey, Sirach 1 and 30, man. When it talks about I'll just get it real quick. I ended on this scripture. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 1 and 30. It says, exalt not thyself lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul, and so the Most High discover thy secrets, your real, your true intentions, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of Yahweh, but thy heart is full of deceit. So like I was going to end it on that, but just hearing that, I got to go back to this Malachi, you know. So this is this Malachi 2 and 9. It says, therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as you have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. See, you guys partial in judgment, man. You guys rest judgment, and you take a bribe, man. What's that? What they got for partial? Take the second part. Let me see. Partial person. Regard. Now let's take that word regard and look at the first one. Support or sustain and regard, to take away, carry off, forgive. Yeah, you take away true judgment and you forgive, those false things. When you scoffers and scorners is going to attempt to reprove these other false doctrines that y'all don't agree with, man. I'll read that verse again. Malachi 2:9 says, therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as you have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law. And you people are contempt and base in the sight of the men of the Lord, man. Y'all contemptible, man. Y'all despised, vile, worthless, and y'all all worthless because you're not doing the work. You're just another fork in the road, man. Just another stick in the mud. Just another you superfluous, man. A lot of you guys is superfluous, meaning basically unnecessary, man. And with that, I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this was an edified lesson. Shalom.